remember that one painfully awkward thing you did in high school? The one that keeps you up at night? This entire anime is that feeling weaponized into a 12-episode cringe comedy that I still can't decide if I love or fear. Meet Tomoko Kuroki. On paper, she's a pro, 50 years of dating experience, and over 100 boys conquered in and her Ome games. In reality, she hasn't spoken to anyone besides her family in years. My first impression was a mix of pity and sheer horror. The show immediately throws you into her deeply warped perspective, where becoming popular is a game to be min-maxed. She thinks a few cosmetic changes will fix a problem buried deep in her psyche. And honestly, watching her first catastrophic attempt to talk to someone is pure comedic genius. The show's formula is brutal and, I have to admit, brilliant. Each episode starts with Tomoko hatching a foolproof plan to get noticed, based entirely on faulty logic from her games. She'll try to get a fake hickey using a vacuum cleaner to look experienced, or try to seem worldly by holding an unlit cigarette. And every single time, reality crashes down on her in the most humiliating way possible. For me, the humor isn't just in the failure itself, but in the massive, unbridgeable gap between her delusional expectations and the soul-crushing outcome. Is this just bullying the main character? I've seen that criticism leveled at WataMote, but I completely disagree. The show isn't laughing at Tomoko. It's laughing at the universal, gut-wrenching experience of social anxiety itself. It externalizes that internal monologue of someone who overthinks every tiny interaction until it becomes a catastrophe. I found it incredibly validating in a weird way. It takes that voice in your head that says everyone is staring at you and turns it into the entire premise of the show. It's painful because it's so damn real. Tomoko's isolation is key, so the supporting cast is tiny but crucial. There's her younger brother, Tomoki, who is the exhausted, deadpan anchor to reality. He's the only one who sees through her nonsense, and their interactions are some of my favorites because he just wants to play his soccer game in peace. Then there's her only friend from middle school, Yu, who had a complete glow-up in high school. Yu is a walking, talking representation of everything Tomoko thinks she wants, creating a fascinating dynamic of jealousy, admiration, and genuine, if awkward, friendship. Let's talk about the art and sound, because they're half the experience. The animators perfectly capture Tomoko's state of mind. Her iconic, sleep-deprived eyes with heavy bags are a permanent feature. When she's spiraling, the colors wash out and the screen gets grainy, visually showing her disconnect from the world. And I have to mention the opening theme. It's a screaming, thrashing metal track about social alienation, with visuals of Tomoko literally chained up. It's the absolute opposite of a typical slice of life opening, and it perfectly sets the aggressive, uncomfortable tone. The core of Tomoko's problem is that she sees the real world as just another badly designed video game. She believes there are secret conversational routes, social stats she can grind, and flags she can trigger to achieve the popular ending. This is the source of the show's title. It's you guys' fault I'm not popular. In her mind, she's playing the game correctly, but the world, the NPCs are bugged. It's a tragic and hilarious coping mechanism that prevents her from ever facing the real issue, her own crippling inability to genuinely connect with people. I have to talk about the umbrella scene from episode 3 because it's peak WataMote. During a sudden downpour, Tomoko finds a single abandoned umbrella. Instead of just using it, her brain concocts a romantic anime scenario where a handsome boy will have to share it with her. She stands there, getting soaked, rehearsing her lines, waiting for her event to trigger. I watched this scene through my fingers, the crushing disappointment when a group of girls just casually asks for the umbrella and she hands it over without a word is pure, undiluted agony. It's so painful and so perfect. So, does Tomoko ever actually change? My honest answer is no, not really. And I think that's the most radical thing about this show. There's no magical makeover or sudden confidence boost. The finale isn't her becoming the school idol. It's just her surviving the school festivals. But there are tiny, almost imperceptible victories along the way. Learning to order a burger by herself feels like a bigger character arc than defeating a final boss. WataMote argues that for some people, just getting through the day is the entire story, and I respect it immensely for that honesty. What ultimately works for me is the show's fearless commitment to its premise. It never pulls its punches to make Tomoko more likable, or the situations less uncomfortable. It's a masterclass in cringe comedy. However, that is also its biggest weakness. This show can be exhausting to watch. The secondhand embarrassment is so potent that I literally couldn't binge it. I needed to take breaks between episodes just to recover. If you're looking for a feel-good story or a power fantasies, this is absolutely not it. You have been warned. So who should watch WataMote? I'd recommend it to anyone who appreciates dark, character-driven comedy and isn't afraid of feeling uncomfortable. If you've ever felt like an alien trying to understand human interaction, you will find something painfully relatable here. It's a cult classic for a reason. It's one of a kind. While it may not give you a happy ending, it offers something more valuable. The strange comfort of knowing you're not the only one who has ever felt this way. It's a truly unforgettable and, for me, essential watch. Thank you so much for watching this dive into the abyss of social anxiety. If you enjoyed it or just cringed along with me, please leave a like and subscribe to Top Screen Tales. And for the next video, I want to hear from you. What film, anime, or series should I cover next? Let me know in the comments below.